Yeah, Abigail and Jess, Lisa is still having nightmares about what happened right here on this roadway, and now the search to find the driver is underway.
It's starting to sink in for sure. To think that I might not have been here for my kids.
For now, it's hard for Lisa Irwin to shake those thoughts. Her injuries a constant reminder.
So I have a broken collarbone, but not just a broken collarbone, like the doctor called it pulverized.
She showed us the x-rays and pictures. That's all after a wrench flew off of a semi as they were passing each other on Willow in Enid. Lisa was headed to her daughter's school.
All of a sudden, as he comes down, I see this wrench just flying out and just like whirling.
The sound unreal.
A really loud, scary noise, and then I felt blood trickling down my arm. And
the aftermath painful.
There was something in my mouth, and it was glass from the windshield.
Lisa was rushed to the hospital.
The doctor was so great, but he had to scrub oil and grease off of my bone.
Police telling us they have identified the driver.
It's just been really tough.
Mecca Rain, KOCO 5 News.
Since that moment.
Chaos unfolding at an after-prom party. Oklahoma City police just releasing this video new tonight. 100 people running after a shooter opens fire. Several people were hurt, either shot or hurt running away. Earlier this week, we showed you this video here that captured the gunman on camera. Police still looking for that suspect tonight. This late breaking, at least 6 local students have been hurt when this school bus crashed. See it here on its side in a ditch this afternoon near I-35 and Hefner Road. Parents rushed to the scene when they heard news of this to check on their kids. We talked to one of the students on board the bus.
Really fast, and we just hit the ground and you just hear windows breaking and people screaming and just kids going everywhere.
There were 3 dozen students on board the bus at the time, and just in new tonight, we have a statement from Crooked Oak School District. It says in part, 6 students were transported by ambulance for further evaluation on their injuries, non-life-threatening injuries. Parents were all notified as well.
Yukon police targeting drivers who don't yield at bus stops. The Badges on Buses program launched this week. KOCO's Aaron Pugh went along for a ride.
Several of our bus drivers have complained about drivers not stopping at school bus stops.
Sergeant Jonathan May says there have been so many complaints lately that the Yukon Police Department started the Badges on Buses program.
Almost on a daily basis that she has to blare on her horn.
The program started Tuesday with officers riding on buses to watch for drivers who don't stop when the bus has its stop sign out.
4,000 or 5,000 pound automobile striking a child, that's something that we just can't get back.
When an officer on the bus sees something, he alerts other officers following in an unmarked car.
We're asking all drivers to pay a lot more attention.
So far, police saw one driver on her phone speed by while children were getting out of the bus.
I believe that driver got 2 citations.
Police say they will be back on the buses again at random times in the future. In Yukon, Aaron Pugh, KOCO 5 News.
Aaron, thank you. This late breaking as well. One person shot and killed this afternoon near Northeast 23rd and I-35. The victim was shot in the chest. Police say there are 3 up to 5 suspects involved. Tonight, police still looking for the person who pulled the trigger.
A gruesome scene near the University of Oklahoma. An Amtrak train hitting a man on the tracks this morning. Tonight, police not releasing the man's name. They're waiting until they finish their investigation, and we don't know what led up to his death. The 2 suspects arrested for a violent kidnapping and assault. Oklahoma City police arresting one. The Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office says the U.S. Marshals arrested the other, and they posted some pictures. You see them there on their Facebook page of one of the suspects and his motorcycle.
Maybe you're gearing up for the weekend. You need to run to the liquor store, but you have the kids with you. KOCO's Evan Onstad is here, and he's going to babysit. No.
I have enough right now.
No. What's changing, though, soon children will be allowed inside, Evan.
Right now, that's a no-no. Kids in the liquor store, no. But Governor Kevin Stitt signing the bill this week, changing those rules. The bill's author here says it's a lot riskier to leave them in the car than expose them to the liquor store. House Bill 2325 passed the House and Senate by a wide margin this session. 77% approval in the House, almost 63% in the Senate. This means anyone under the age of 21 can go into a liquor store only if they're with the parent or guardian who is over the age of 21. So there were opponents to this bill. They just think that having kids around alcohol is just a bad idea. The new law, the new rule, takes effect on November 1st. Abby?
All right, Evan. Yeah, and this is one of several bills, more than 300 sent to Governor Kevin Stitt's desk. He has signed 294 of them. He has vetoed 8.
A Metro man charged with abusing a 6-year-old. Thurman Kemp in jail right now. Court documents say a child had severe bruising all over his body. The documents go on to say the boy's mother tried to call 911 to report the alleged abuse, but was held against her will by Kemp for 3 hours.
My boyfriend just flipped out. I have no idea what's going on.
A 17-year-old shot and killed by Edmond police. That was part of the 911 call. We also have some sound from dispatch radio. And new tonight, the medical examiner confirms Isaiah Lewis died from multiple gunshot wounds. And tomorrow, a peaceful protest is scheduled for 6 p.m. The Black Lives Matter group here in Oklahoma City is organizing their plans right now. Catching drunk drivers just got easier for our Pottawatomie County deputies. They received 2 portable breathalyzers from the U.S. Deputy Sheriff's Association. A deputy applied for this grant. It also includes a lot of those straws to be used after each test.
If you have a road trip to Texas coming soon, you'll like this. Some good news for you. Your Pike Pass will now let you drive on the toll roads in all of Texas. You know, previously it was just in the Dallas metro area in North Texas. If you have family from Texas, their toll tags will now also work on the toll roads right here in our state.
An emergency meeting today to talk about the cooling problems at the Oklahoma County Jail. We're told some of the temperatures reached up to 95 degrees this week. That is just one of many issues they have had there recently. And all of this cost the taxpayer money. We told you about major flooding there, human waste falling from the ceiling earlier this year. In 2017, mold also was discovered in the kitchen there in the jail.
Well, you've seen them, those new electric scooters zipping through the city, but now there could be an age requirement to ride. We'll explain the new push.
Also, mail thieves hitting an entire neighborhood in Norman. Families living out in the country coming out to check that their mail is all missing. It's next.
close did you come to being executed?
5 days.
Now, new developments in a high-profile Ada murder. Netflix even released a series about this case. A lot of people following it. Today, a new witness telling police, you have the right suspects. Denise Haraway disappeared in 1984. This new witness claims he saw the suspects, Carl Fontenot and Tommy Ward, at the convenience store where the victim worked. He also says that Haraway told him she thought these men were trying to take her. A few days later, she disappeared. Fontenot and Ward still maintain their innocence today.
Should kids be allowed to ride those popular electric scooters? A proposal made in Tulsa Wednesday would require a minimum age, either 16 or 18. And this comes after a 5-year-old died. He was with his mom. They were hit by a car while riding a scooter. The boy's mother is charged with negligent homicide and neglect.
It's been a nightmare. Now it's just continuing to go, that we don't have someone responsible for that held down right now.
Police believe the boy's mother fled the country. The arrest warrant is still active. Investigators say it could hurt her chances to post bond because she'd be considered a flight risk. Mail thieves hitting an entire Norman neighborhood. We talked to a homeowner who says she is fed up.
And our next chance of rain is about to move in. Coming up, the timeline that you will pick up another inch.
It's a big day for the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? Because it is Paul George's birthday. Got some pretty good photos from PG and his little girl. It is next, KSCO 5 Sports.
You go out to your mailbox, open it, and your mail is missing. This is a big problem for our friends right now living in Cleveland County.
KOCO's Christine Stanwood spoke to a woman who says she has just had enough.
Abigail, just when Eve Spalding walked out to her mailbox, it looked a lot like this, open and empty. That's even after her mail carrier came by.
Nobody likes a thief.
Especially not Eve.
It's a little frustrating that somebody would take such a lazy, sloppy way out.
The row of mailboxes found.
All of these. All of these.
Like this.
The fact that they came by twice yesterday tells me that this area was targeted.
She lives out near Bethel Road, close to 103rd Avenue.
Most of us out in the country, we tend to watch out for each other.
She's not the only one dealing with this issue.
Talked to a neighbor down the way, and he said they've had the same problem, mailboxes being left open.
She even did some investigating.
I put it out on Facebook just to kind of alert.
Finding more.
They had found some of the mail from some of these mailboxes stuffed in a newspaper receptacle.
Eve says she's turned in a complaint to the postmaster.
Because they hit it several times, I'm guessing it's somebody in the neighborhood.
It's also not the first time.
We've had Amazon packages missing before, so I've stopped having deliveries out here.
A quick solution.
I think we're going to probably go to a post office box.
In Norman, Christine Stanwood, KOCO 5 News.
Yeah, it's pretty frustrating. Sure. Well, new tonight, an emergency order in place from our Attorney General because of all of this severe weather that we've had recently. This is the Price Stabilization Act.
You see the video here behind us from the past few days. Man, it has been wild. This act keeps companies from upping their prices so they won't be able to increase the cost of goods and services more than 10%. If they do, the AG can press charges. Chief Meteorologist Damon Lane, people still cleaning up today.
Yeah, absolutely. And so there's still more severe weather happening across the United States, seeing a cluster of severe storms down across Texas. Another wave of severe storms happening as you go into northeastern Arkansas, but at least for Oklahoma today, hey, our weather is quiet. It is going to stay quiet tonight, but as we go into the day tomorrow, that chance for rain will be moving in. So in the meantime, here's your timeline as we go into the overnight and into tomorrow. Where are storms going to develop? I'll show you right here. This is mid-morning to late morning tomorrow, so out the door okay. But by late morning, Alva to Woodward, north of Elk City, storms are beginning to develop. You know what's good about tomorrow's chance for storms is that it comes in with a very, and I mean a very low severe weather threat. Any threat that we see is going to be hail, and even the hail sizes are going to be quite small. We're talking about pea size. So that's at least the good news about the rain coming in tomorrow is that not much of a severe weather risk. But we are going to see a line of storms develop from just west of Ponca City to Enid to Watonga to Clinton. This is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This line of storms will continue to move to the east-southeast, affecting the Oklahoma City metro by 3:30 with just some light to moderate rain, a few rumbles of thunder, heavier storms out across northern Oklahoma. And then as we go into tomorrow evening, southern Oklahoma, we're watching this closely for you as another wave of rain will develop. This is at 7 o'clock. This is going to move to the east. Still going to see a few lingering showers tomorrow evening across the metro, but heavier rain down to the south and southeast. And this is going to be in parts of the state that have already picked up 5 to 7 inches of rain since Tuesday. So there's definitely going to be a flooding threat that we're watching closely as 1.5 to 3 inches of rain are expected. But for OKC, Norman up to Edmond, Yukon, El Reno, 1 up to 1.5 inches of rain. Same thing for Chickasha, Blanchard, Newcastle up to Enid, and in western Oklahoma, another 1/10 up to a 1/2 inch of rain. Otherwise, our rain chances pretty much linger all day long tomorrow. High temperatures similar to today, near 70 degrees. Highs across the state still running below average here, upper 60s to around 70. But here we are now in the month of May, always watching for the next risk of severe weather very closely. We'll see that Sunday, primarily out across the panhandle. Storms will develop out across the Texas and Oklahoma panhandle, move into western parts of the state. They will be weakening, but they will have a hail threat. And then as we go into next Tuesday, we'll see that risk for severe weather come in here for OKC, out to the west and to southern Oklahoma. Keeping a close eye on it. Here we are now, May. It's our peak time of the year for severe weather, and already watching Sunday and Tuesday, which is why you're going to see them both highlighted in red. Otherwise, tomorrow, not looking at much of a severe weather risk other than some small hail. Saturday looks great. Saturday, sunshine, 72 degrees, so mowing the yard, headed to the ball fields. Weather looks good, although those fields may be quite wet. That Sunday storm chance, that's mainly out across western Oklahoma. Many of us will stay dry. Monday, isolated storm chance, and then it ramps up as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday here. But otherwise, going into next week, temperatures running below average. Still, though, it is the month of May, and we are now watching, once again, that risk for severe weather as we go into early next week. And you're up to date with the latest First Alert forecast.
Now, KOCO 5 Sports.
Look, I know it's been a disappointing couple of weeks for the Oklahoma City Thunder and a difficult few weeks for Paul George, that's for sure. Once again ousted in the first round of the playoffs. But not today, not a difficult day at all, because you know what? Today's his birthday. Happy birthday, PG-13. Turns the ripe old age of 29 years old. That right there, tweeted out by the Oklahoma City Thunder. And this is cool. This is from PG's Instagram. It's just a great photo of Paul George and his daughter, who, you know what? It's also her birthday today. Shares a birthday with her dad, turning 5 years old today. And the post says, I love that we can party and share our birthdays every year. Love you, Puka Butt. How about that? That's pretty good. Happy birthday to both of them, no doubt. One game in the NBA tonight. Raptors and Sixers, 7 o'clock from Philly. Series tied 1-1. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
I was not expecting you to say that on air today.
Why not?
It's a cute nickname.
Yeah.
That's very cute. Keating, thank you. Jamming cell phone signals to stop crime. The push to keep hundreds of cell phones out of prisons, but why some say it could hurt police in the long run. Also, do you have a story idea for us? Maybe jot this number down or program it into your cell phone, 475-5555. A great way to reach us. We want to tell your stories. You can also find us on Facebook or Twitter. You're watching KOCO 5 News at 6. We continue to follow that breaking news right now. Oklahoma City police responding to an armed robbery. This is near Northwest 122nd and MacArthur. We're getting some brand new information in. We know it was a jewelry store. 2 suspects involved. One victim was whipped with a pistol.
Police say the suspects actually came in earlier and cased this jewelry store. They went in, police say they